when we step back and look at why is India important, I mean, there's this global strategic pivot going on that is increasingly moving away from China in terms of capital investment and looking at where's the next big opportunity, and it's India. And I think of it in terms of as was mentioned earlier, of course, the two largest, most popular countries in the world, India and China, and now India is slightly larger than China. Well, when I think about India, and my India mentor here is John Chambers, by the way. I love just chatting with John about India, about geopolitics, thinking about China, thinking about India, thinking about the lineup around the world and where the opportunities are, where capital is going to go next. And I worked in China for 6 years when I worked for Procter & Gamble. I'm a chemical engineer by degree. P&G hired me in management, and I managed in the business there. But I was one of the pioneers in launching our American brands into China. We were based in Guangzhou for 6 years back in the 90s. In fact, left right after the Hong Kong handover in 1997. But when we step back and look at why is India important, I mean, there's this global strategic pivot going on that is increasingly moving away from China in terms of capital investment and looking at where's the next big opportunity, and it's India. And I think of it in terms of as was mentioned earlier, of course, the two largest, most popular countries in the world, India and China, and now India is slightly larger than China. But I look at the innovation ecosystem. And when you go to China, of course, I was just there in March. I met with Premier Li Qiang as well as Vice Premier He Lifeng, who's negotiating that hopefully a China trade deal in Geneva with Jameson Greer here a month or so ago. But I had the similar meetings in March. And you look at the innovation ecosystem in China, and it's remarkable. It's world-class. It's not only the quality that's coming out in the innovation, but it's also the scale. So now we step back and I think about China versus India. And when I take my smartphone around the world, when I go to China, I don't dare bring this phone into China. It's either left here in Washington or it's in an RFID bag secure, but I would not dare bring this phone into China. I go to India, happy to be telling my family, my grandkids, we're going to FaceTime Grandpa, talk to my wife, it's all on this phone. And that one illustration perhaps says a lot in terms of trust, because certainly when you think about capital, it's about where you can trust, where you have confidence, not only in literal return on capital, actually getting capital back out if you need it. But I look at what other country in the world besides China has the scale of STEM graduates. It's India. You think round numbers, round in the nearest million, if China is graduating about 4 million STEM grads a year, round numbers, India at about 3 million, the United States at roughly 1 million. So you take the US plus India, we're about equivalent with China as it relates to thinking the future of talent. And oh, by the way, just this last year, no surprise, Indian students now exceeded Chinese students in terms of coming into our universities. And so as you think about Wayne Gretzky's famous line, he was good because he skated to where the puck was headed. Where's the puck headed right now? Let's keep an eye on where the innovation ecosystem's headed and where we're going to have the talent and the trust. And to me, that's, you land over on India. And in my trips over to India, it reminds me a lot of how China felt back when I was there launching businesses 20 years ago. I see so much potential. And then you see the incredible quality of innovation coming out, solving difficult problems in so many areas. And I'm bullish about the long-term prospects.